Hi there. Happy full flower moon in Scorpio today. I want to share a ritual, a practice that I have for every full moon throughout the year. I've got this book that was given to me. It's called You Are the Medicine. It's the 13 Moons of Indigenous Wisdom, Ancestral Connection, and Animal Spirit Guidance by Asha Frost. It's a really neat little book. So I'm going to read you the chapter on Wawaskoni Gizis. Apologies for the mispronunciation, but on the flower moon. So today's the flower moon. Our fifth moon of creation is the time when the plant world begins to come alive. It is in May when these things begin showcasing their life-giving nature and allow the world to see them in their fullest expression. During this time, we are asked to move our spiritual purpose into our body and walk the beauty way. We are encouraged to claim the medicine we have come here with and step into our rising. So we'll start with a legend, a little story. Moon legend, how the flowers began to bloom. In the early days, Creator planted many seeds. One by one, these seeds went into Aki, the Mother Earth. She held them with devotion and love and gathered each seed in her arms. The most magical thing about each seed was that they held their own medicine gifts. Each one carried certain qualities that made them a little bit different from their neighboring seed. Each seed was coated with a unique wisdom, expression, aligned with enormous potential. The seeds would cuddle into the warm, nourishing soil that Mother Earth provided. They felt safe and cozy in their seed state, protected from the elements, sheltered from the storms. Days went by and the seeds remained seeds. Some of the seeds began to wonder if there was anything more to life than staying small and comfortable. They felt this deep calling in their hearts, a longing to grow and evolve, but they didn't know the next step. One morning, the sunflower seed awoke after dreaming. I just had a dream where I was this bold, tall flower. My face looked up to Grandfather's sun, and I was beautiful and vibrant yellow. The others listened with excitement. Roseseed chimed in and said they had been having visions of their heart expanding in similar ways. The tulip seeds admitted that they too were feeling inner stirrings of something new, something different. After sharing, they all decided that they would gather their courage to take a new journey. They had always been curious about what was beyond their comfortable space, but had never ventured out. They started to plan to take their journey upward through the soil. Some seeds heard of their plan, and some decided they wanted to venture out too. Others were quite comfortable staying where they were and shared that they were too afraid of the dangers that might be above. The next day, the journey began. It was more difficult than expected, with twists and turns along the way. There was no clear path and nobody to guide the way. At times, the rains would wash down and they would fall behind. At other times, they would get thrown around by an animal digging. Many times they felt discouraged and almost gave up. Every day they built resilience from their struggle, and every day they rooted down into trust that they were on the right path. One morning, after journeying all night long, they saw a source of light. They all began to shoot towards it with hope and anticipation, and lo and behold, Grandfather's sun was there to meet them, radiating and illuminating their warmth, heat, and love. The seeds reached towards sun, and the most magical thing began to happen. The shells began to crack open, and bit by bit, the tiniest hints of color and vibrancy began to show through. After moving through so much discomfort, the seeds were happy to feel wrapped in safety again. They happily rooted themselves into a spot where they could easily enjoy the sunshine, the rain, and the wind. They celebrated each other. One by one, the seedlings blossomed into beautiful flowers. The flowers acknowledged how far they had come. As they looked back on their journey, they saw that their determination, trust, and heartfelt courage led them to their brilliant becoming. They were so grateful that they had listened to their inner voices and calling, for they were now able to rise into who they were meant to be. Beautiful story to start, and I'm sure you can feel some parallels that might fit with your life. The next little section of this chapter is the animal spirit, Memengwa, which is the butterfly. So the animal spirit that best represents the fourth moon is butterfly, or as they are known in Anishinaabe, the Mengwa. With its brilliant medicine of transformation, rebirth, and flight, butterfly moves through this moon phase to teach us that we gain resilience, wisdom, and renewed courage through our struggles. Caterpillar trusts in the vision of its medicine and potential. They carry a unique wisdom expression that one day informs their transformation into a winged creature. This moon asks us to reflect on our journeys and see how the struggles and challenges have helped guide our path. These times in our lives are the moments when we evolve deeply, stepping into chrysalises of change. These are the moments when we dissolve the parts that are no longer aligned to become more of who we are meant to be. Just as the caterpillar's body must be dissolved to realize their greatest potential in the form of butterfly. And here's Butterfly's message. You can transform challenges into beauty. You are naturally gifted with wings to soar. Dissolving old ways leads to new magic. And as in our creation stories, beauty is birthed from change. A life purpose. What is my purpose? What is my true calling? As humans, we have long been conditioned to look outside ourselves for the answers to these questions. We have been taught that the internal wisdom guiding us is not something we can trust. We give our power away to leaders, to partners, to friends, to bosses. We are told by advertising and social media that we are not good enough and need to be fixed. And we believe it. We are bombarded by societal messages that we must strive, achieve, and reach this imaginary status of perfection before we can finally accept ourselves. It blinds us to the medicine we all carry inside us. My clients often have this vision of finally making it to their purpose. These visions are grand and beautiful. Meeting Oprah, traveling the world as a famous speaker, working remotely from the beach as a digital nomad. Dreaming big is essential. But it takes time for big dreams to manifest. And in the meantime, so many of us begin to feel that the way we are living now is somehow not enough. That we are not enough. The flower moon guides us to our becoming and reminds us that we are blossoming at the pace that is correct for us. I know people who walk into a room and instantly brighten it with their smiles. I am personally inspired by natural storytellers who share their truth authentically. I know folks whose mere presence brings light to others simply by being true to who they are. My youngest son giggles and our home fills with joy, while my oldest son will share observations that the rest of us do not see. I have a friend whose cooking is filled with so much love that every bite feels healing. These are simple gifts, but they change my life regularly. Owning your medicine and sharing it doesn't have to be complicated. It's the most uncomplicated thing in the world because it is something you have always walked with. It's a burst of energy that has always flowed through you. This energetic signature combines your natural frequency, lived experience, and deep ancestral knowing you've held for lifetimes. So how do we go about finding that brilliant medicine that is ours alone? Our journey through life's challenges can often reveal aspects of ourselves that have been waiting to be birthed. Sometimes the depth of our medicine can be found through pain. This has been the case in my life journey with my physical health. Each flare-up or setback led me to discover the deep medicine that flowed through my blood and bones. As I healed myself, I connected to the ancestral wisdom colonization had closed off to me. Now I see that every flare-up of lupus has taken me to the next level of transformation. Moving through chronic pain has taught me the power of resilience, compassion, and self-love. I have held space for thousands in their suffering because I deeply know what it feels like to hurt. Every step of transmuting my pain into droplets of light has become an ocean of healing for others. You, too, can rise from the ashes. We all can. This painful, unsettling, transformative part of finding our medicine is reflected in the chrysalis phase of Caterpillar's journey. When transformation begins, the chrysalis form breaks down and turns to mush. The breakdown of the chrysalis mirrors our life challenges. That time when everything feels uncertain and impossible, when everything falls apart. But not everything is gone. During the transformation of caterpillar into butterfly, they hold on to their imaginal cells. These latent cells are a blueprint for what they are to become, butterfly's essential nature. Even when they are a mass of goo, butterfly knows that they will fly one day, and our souls know too. That's what our medicine is. Imaginal cells that understand who we are, even when we don't. This knowledge has been with us since birth. It isn't going anywhere, even as we break down. Coming back to the truth of our medicine and the positive impact our presence can have in the world takes healing, commitment, and trust. We must bring awareness to how the world has impacted us, and then bring healing to these pieces of us waiting to be acknowledged and loved. And we must do this by caring for our pain, finding support in therapy, energy work, or community, and offering love to our perfectly imperfect selves. The beautiful wisdom that comes from walking this healing journey through the goo becomes a rooted part of who we are and allows us to serve others with empathy. I like to call that soul gold. Like that. And a medicine reflection she's included. What are the struggles or challenges you have gone through in your life that have cracked open aspects of your medicine? What is your soul gold? All right, one last little section of this here is the medicine journey, the soul gold retrieval. I'm going to walk you through it. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down and begin to breathe. Call on the butterfly spirit to lead you through your transformation. As you begin, envision yourself as a caterpillar. You'll see a bright golden door surrounded by rainbow light. As you open the door and move through, you feel yourself surrounded by a warm cocoon. In this cocoon, a vision or memory of one of the most challenging events in your life comes forward. You are safe and protected here. There's nothing to fear. As you remember, you begin to unravel, dissolve, and fall apart. There's a sense of disorientation as you turn into goo. In this state of goo, you carry a set of incredible magical cells. They contain the soul gold that has always been a part of you. Even when you feel like everything around you is dissolving, these cells hold the vision of who you are. The wind begins to blow around you, and there is an activation that happens. Your soul gold is gathered from the path you have walked, the wisdom that you have gained from this lifetime and beyond, and you begin to emerge into a new state of being. Grandfather Sun begins to radiate powerfully over your body, and you are remade with wings. Slowly and gently spread those wings and begin to flap them. Soar with your soul gold activated and feel the lightness, the connection, and the spark of your divinity realign with your energy. Your soul gold begins to flow out of every pore of your skin. You are radiant. You are the medicine. Gently float back down to earth, back to your path, standing taller and more rooted in all that you are. The journey is complete. Move through the door, breathe yourself back into your space, and at your own pace and time, come back into your room and open your eyes. I would like to share a few reflections after these teachings, after this meditation. What do you feel your medicine is? She ends this chapter with a butterfly medicine invocation. Dearest butterfly, I invite you to remind me of the power of dissolving and unwinding. It's safe to let go in order to become. Remind me of the power that the cocoon holds. May I remember that my wings have always been waiting for me, and that transformation is an essential part of my flight. I am grateful for your reminders that beauty lives within me through all of the layers of my process. As I remember and reclaim all of myself, I spread my wings and take flight toward all that I am becoming. And here's your flower moon affirmation. Repeat this yourself as many times needed. As I reconnect and remember that my gifts are profound, I open my spirit to the light of creation. I am fully ready to blossom and shine. I am the medicine. Thank you for joining me for most of this chapter in celebrating our flower moon tonight, wherever you are in the world, whatever time it happens to be. I wish you peace and release of everything that doesn't serve you. I wish you grounding and deep inner knowing that wherever you are in your transformation from caterpillar to butterfly, you are right where you're meant to be. You are right on time, and everything is going to be not just okay, but beautiful and amazing and just as it was meant to be for you. Thank you all for sharing this with me, and I will see you again soon. Maybe for next month, we'll read another chapter. Love you.